welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on music aptitude tests / auditions. I hope you enjoy and I hope it's helpful, so let's start. So I have done several different types of music aptitude tests / auditions. And at the time where I was starting to do a lot of these was February of year 5, and I was working on my ABRSM grade 4 for singing. If you want to check some of my singing out, it is over here in the link. And for the aptitude test there were normally 2 stages. Some of them did have 1, but most of the time there were 2. And for the first stages it was normally a listening test. However, some make them unique, so make sure to check if a school you're going for might have a unique test that is unique to that school. And normally they had different types of music and you had to answer some of the questions like tempo, rhythm, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. And then after that there is another test, and so for my experiences I had passed all of my tests except one, which was really hard, but apart from that I managed to move on to the next stage. So on the next stage you could do a performance, but normally there were also other listening tests. And for this one, lots of people had apparently done special tutoring lessons to pass it, and they had also trained in harmonizing and using their ear. And so for the second stage you might have to do something that are like oral parts in ABRSM exams. So this might be clapping back, singing back, some sight reading, some simple composition, and this might be something that's from there might also be some conversation about music or discussing a piece that you performed. And some schools only had 1 stage, so for those I did prepare a song and I also did an oral test in the same time, in the same day, so some of them might have them combined. And one school had a very interesting one, and this was one with 1 aptitude test, and if you failed the question, that was it. So some people come back after a few seconds and the others stay in there for a much longer amount of time. And so the next one was a music scholar audition, and this is for an independent school. Basically, the first part had to be 2 pieces from your first instrument, and the second part had to be 1 piece from your second instrument. And some oral tests as well as some conversation with the music department people. At that time I was only grade 4, and some of the other people were also grade 6 or grade 8, so I obviously wasn't impressing them that much, and my scores were also quite borderline. And I did not play an orchestra instrument at that time, so I couldn't say that I was part of any group with my instrument, but I did get good feedback on my performances and I tried to answer the questions as best as I can. And I guess that was the best of my ability. It was fun though, and I really did enjoy it, and it was a really good experience, and I recommend you have a go. If it's for free, you might as well have a go and experience it and find out new things. For my music scholarship auditions, I had to do practice with my teachers with one of my pieces, and this piece was actually not part of the grade exams. So therefore, you might think that this is not a good idea. However, it was, since I really did enjoy singing this piece, and that meant that the judges did enjoy it as well. For private schools, I recommend that you go for an orchestra instrument that you can do at a very high standard, since some of their music scholars, for example, have done all their ABRSM grades and they are now doing their diploma. I regularly perform with the music scholars at my school, and I don't think that I am less able than they are, even though I am not yet able to obtain my grade 8. Another thing I'd like to say is that even though you don't get some of these music scholarships, that does not mean that you are not as good as them. Sometimes the standards of music scholars changes year to year, and I realize that sometimes the music scholarships depends on what is needed in the school. For example, even though this is not in my school, perhaps in another school, there might be 4 people that audition with cello and they are all amazingly good. However, in the school there are already 3 places with cello, and this is already quite a lot. However, they have no double basses, and there is 1 double bass who is not as good as the cellos, but since there are no double basses, the double basses gets the place. So therefore, luck counts in who gets the music scholarship, not just your ability. So do not worry if you did not get the place. There could have been often due to other reasons as well. However, that does not mean you do not get to practice. You still have to practice. Anyway, it is important to enjoy yourself more than anything, since if they see that you're enjoying it, they will enjoy it too. So I wish you the best of luck if you are. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like it so that the YouTube algorithm will share it with other people, and comment down below if you have any questions about music aptitude tests that you would want to know the answer to. Please consider subscribing if you found this video helpful, and you might be able to see some other videos that I post that you might find helpful too. So, until then, I'll see you later. Bye! And then they will realize, oh, she's having a nice time. She? No, I mean, gender stereotypical.